What is going on, everybody? I'm BobbyFi. We're going to be talking over my top five plays in 5 minutes. And just want to say happy March 1st. Let's get this month started off right. And a lot of information yet to be determined on tonight's slate. So we're going to have to take it as we go. And with that said, let's get right into it. So let's jump into my plays of the day as of right now, though. Daniel Gafford is going to be a tough fade on DraftKings to get to. I'm going to try to do it in a couple lineups, but I really think that this is a fairly good value, assuming, of course, that he does start. And if he does, I really like Gafford quite a bit. 3,600, we need some value. He's a great value option. You can actually play him on Fanduel too at 4,800. We're going to talk about a little bit about D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Edwards. I know Anthony Edwards has let us down many times. I am just telling you, he's put up 49.5, 17, and 67, or I think it was 60 somewhere around there against this Golden State team. I really like both of these guys tonight. I think it's a really, really good spot, and I want to play one of them. I think you can argue with playing them together. I think Cat will be a little bit higher owned, but I think Edwards is going to be the lowest owned, and I am going to take that shot. I think he's going to be popular on FanDuel. I could easily include him as a top play over there. I just didn't happen to include him in my first look, but he absolutely would be a priority for me to get to on both sites. I really, really like these guys, and I think that you're going to get lower ownership on them. Luka, I know I talked earlier about trying to fade him on our show, my show with Sheets. I do think that I'm going to probably be in the 25 to 30% range on him. I don't think that I want to go any higher. And even that I feel a little bit hesitant about because I really like some of these mid-tier spends tonight, especially depending on what happens with Toronto. So that's going to dictate a lot of it. Who's playing, who's not. Obviously, that's going to dictate a lot of that stuff. So I will go right back to stacking Toronto, Brooklyn, and hopefully we get a better result than a 40-point blowout. But as of right now, I think Russell and Edwards are tremendous plays, and I think Luka's a tremendous play if we can scrounge up enough value, which I think you can, and I think you can run it back with LeBron on the other side. Kavon Looney, we know how many offensive rebounds the Minnesota gives up in general. It's always going to happen with a Cat team. He over pursues. He lags on defense a lot of the time. You're going to have plenty of putback opportunities. I like Looney's, like all of his prop bets, and I really like him in DFS tonight, which is a really unusual thing for me to say, but I've been attacking centers against Minnesota all year, and it's worked out well for me, and I'm not going to stop tonight. Scotty Barnes, monster game last night. I don't think we can expect that again. Like, I mean, literally, what do you have, 66 fantasy points? I think that tonight is still a really good spot. It's the same matchup. I don't even care if everybody plays. He's too cheap. Simple as that. He's a priority for me on both sides. You can see him on my FanDuel top 5. I really, really think we want to be getting some exposure to Scotty Barnes tonight. I love Siakam as well. You can see he's on one of my FanDuel priority plays. But I think that this is a really, really good Scotty Barnes matchup. And I think it's a great Siakam matchup. I know it didn't work out well last night, again, 40-point blowout, and he struggled. But Scotty Barnes did all the damage. I think you want to get at least one of those guys in your lineups, even if Van Vliet plays. And by the way, if Van Vliet plays, I love Van Vliet. I really want exposure to that game. I will run it back with some Mills, some Curry. I don't care that it didn't work out. You just got to keep plugging away. You will get a closer game most of the time here. Even as it's in Toronto and they're only 8.5 point favorites, I really, really feel like Brooklyn will at least put a better effort out than they did last night. FanDuel, pretty much the same type of things. Barnes, awesome play. Luka, great play, 10-8 over there versus 12K and easier to fit in. Again, he turns the ball over a ton and sort of lends himself better to a DraftKings player in general, but 10-8 is just a little too cheap. Russell Westbrook is too cheap at 66. I understand how bad he's been. The usage has actually not been that bad because when LeBron's off the court, he gets a lot of it. He's been terrible. And if he plays any better, we're going to see a big game out of Westbrook tonight. And I do think we're going to start seeing a better second half from Westbrook if they at least let him play his game a little bit. And if he can be a little more efficient. God, he's really been awful, but I do think this is a too cheap of a price tag for Westbrook. And it's one of those, if people don't play him at like 30% tonight, I think that's a mistake. So I really think you want to get a good exposure to Westbrook on FanDuel. I don't mind if you want to play LeBron instead. I don't mind if you want to play them together, to be honest with you, with the way the slate is. I think it's kind of an interesting way to go. Pascal Siakam, I already mentioned all the Toronto guys. It's going to depend on who's playing. We don't know about OG. We don't know about Van Vliet, but Siakam is 8,300. I don't care. I don't care what his recent game was. I don't care. He's going to put up a monster game soon, and I'm going to be a part of it. So I am going to go back to Siakam here today. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are 8,000 for Brown, 8,900 for Tatum on FanDuel, which is just too cheap for the matchup with Atlanta. I understand there's ways they couldn't get there, but I really feel like at least one of those guys puts up somewhere in the 50 range. And that's just perfect for their price. And there's upside on that. So I really like both of those guys versus Atlanta tonight. There's a bunch of other guys who I'm going to include, and we'll be live at 6 Eastern, so we can talk over the rest of it then. But that's just sort of a first look of what I've got as my top 5. Hope you guys enjoy the 5 and 5. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out our Discord. Check out truedfs.com. And yeah, let's make some money tonight, y'all. Good luck, everybody.